Hello, and thank you for joining us for Trivia Tuesday. This trivia is not so trivial, but we hope to boost your human rights IQ. Each week, we will release a new video with 10 questions and answers. Just go through the questions and see how much you know. You might learn a thing or two. Enough with the intro, let's get started. Question 1. Which is the only country in the world to have a flag with more than 4 sides? Is it A, Mongolia, B, Nepal, C, Tonga, or D, Vatican City? The answer is B, Nepal. And here is an example of what the flag looks like. Question 2. Victims of which types of human trafficking can potentially apply for a T non-immigrant visa, or a T visa? Is it A, drug trafficking, B, sex trafficking, C, labor trafficking, or D, B and C? The answer for this question is D. However, drug trafficking might be considered labor trafficking in some instances. Question 3. What is the name of the law that created the T non-immigrant status among other protections for human trafficking victims and unaccompanied children? Is it A, Violence Against Women Act, B, Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act, C, Presidential Interagency Task Force to Monitor and Combat Trafficking in Persons, or D, none of the above? The answer to question 3 is B, Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act. Question 4. Which of the following countries has not ratified the Istanbul Convention, an international treaty that aims to prevent and combat violence against women and domestic violence that came into force in August 2014? Is it A, Italy, B, Montenegro, C, Turkey, or D, the US? The answer is D, the US. Question 5. The Advocates for Human Rights recently submitted a list of issues report on domestic violence in Armenia. According to a 2016 UN Population Fund survey, how many women in Armenia experience domestic violence on average? Is it A, 1 in 4, B, 1 in 5, C, 1 in 10, or D, 1 in 20? The answer is A, 1 in 4. Here's question 6. The Advocates recently completed a list of issues report about Russia's compliance with the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. In what year did the U.S. ratify the ICCPR? Was it A, 1992, B, 1982, C, 1976, or D, 1966? The answer is A, 1992. Question 7. In recent years, there have been widespread reports of severe human rights abuses against LGBTI individuals in Chechnya, a federal subject of Russia. Who is the head of the Chechen Republic? Is it A, Dmitry Medvedev, B, Ramzan Kadyrov, C, Kasim Jomart Tokayev, or D, Rustam Minikovanov? The answer is B, Ramzan Kadyrov. Question 8. True or false? A baby born in El Salvador has a better chance of surviving than a baby born in Detroit. The answer for this question is true. The state of the U.S. healthcare system is particularly dire in poor urban areas such as Detroit, where the infant mortality rate is 15.5. The infant mortality rate in El Salvador is 9.7. Question 9. According to the International Labor Organization, there are still blank many children in prohibited child labor worldwide. Is it A, 75 million, B, 115 million, C, 225 million, or D, 500 million? For this question, the answer is C. There are an estimated 225 million children in prohibited child labor worldwide, of which 115 million work in hazardous conditions. Question 10. True or false, studies have shown that doctors hold unintentional biases which lead them to provide a lower standard of care for racial minorities. Racial minorities receive less care and lower quality care than white patients, and this disparity cannot be attributed to differences in income or insurance level. That was our final question. We hope you boosted your human rights IQ. Thanks for playing, and we'll see you next week.